Last but not least, thank you for coming to Toronto to support this film.
My pleasure, always.
You have managed to find such a great balance of blockbuster films, some horrors, we mentioned here, Sinister and The Purge, and then movies which, dare I say, speak more to the artist within. So where does this film, how did it find its way to you?
Oh, God, I don't know. Interesting question. I mean, I feel like I've had a date with playing Chet Baker, since the early 90s when I saw Let's Get Lost, Bruce Weber's film. I was really moved by him, and a few years later, Richard Linklater and I developed a movie about Chet Baker, and it never happened. And then Robert Boudreau approached me. I was working here in Toronto, and we had a meeting, and it was clear he was a passionate, smart guy who was very much in love with his music and had what it took to make a good film. And the character is so interesting and so challenging. And it seemed like the right moment in my life to really challenge myself to do something hard.
And Robert, we spoke to earlier, said that you were always the first choice for him. So I don't know if he knew that you had a bit of your own love affair with.
I don't know if he did either.
But
I hope that's true. I bet he thought of another couple guys too. There's some good people out there.
Well, I take it at face value. Everything that I'm told on the red carpet.
Very good.
Now you learned how to play trumpet for this film.
Barely. I could scratch out a few songs.
I played trumpet for 8 years in middle school and high school. So the scene where he's trying to play after his teeth have been bashed in really hit me viscerally. Because that's gotta hurt.
Well, it's hard to get. People think of their talent and things like that as something they own or something, and it's pretty easy to forget that it's a gift.
Yeah.
Like, it's very mysterious where, what makes one person be able to run really fast, one person be able to have insight into mathematics, and one person great with architecture, and some person good with their hands. We all have these gifts, and when they get taken away, you realize that you don't. What are you? And it's a very, very powerful question, and one that Chet didn't want to ask himself, or at least as played in this movie. So I don't know. I found it really interesting as well.
Now, I love the tagline of the film, "Love is instrumental." It's like an onion. There's so many layers to that. What did that line mean to you as you were portraying this character?
Well, I don't want to give away the ending of the movie, but really why I decided to do the movie was about the end, because it asks a really difficult question about our relationship to ourselves and what place we put love in our life, and what is creativity for? Is it for self-aggrandizement? Is it
for many people?
For many people, is it for communication? What's it in service of, really? And if it's not in service of love, then what is it? And if it's in service of love, then it probably should be healthy. And if it's not healthy, it's an interesting moment at the end of the movie. I really like,
Well, in this day and age, if we all could just be in the service of love, it would be a much better world.
Sure would be. But people have been saying that for a long time.
Yeah, and they'll never stop saying it.
I hope not.